Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are here with Archon on the killer side and Insomnia on the survivor side. It's the deciding match of today, since Unoya has taken a 2-0 and won against both of these teams. They are now trying to get one win into the standings, meaning that the winner of this best of three is going to make it into the playoffs, and the other team is going to say goodbye after tonight. And it seems like this pressure is not on the shoulders of Ace, though, since he's just casually vibing in Larry's here. Not going to worry too much. Claudette is being found. Easy going to reveal the killer. Everyday Pizza now at this very long loop. That was a very optimistic swing. That's not going to land good for Claudette here, taking quite some distance. But we already have one survivor on 99. Meaning that we can make a potential early strike here.
An early strike would be exactly what we want indeed. We did see Pizza's ghost face earlier, so he's already warmed up and he's ready to go. Those stocks happening to Ace could actually be a turning point. We need an early down here. Used one of those safe pallets right here, spotted out by Ada. Hey man, the ghost face is over by main. Be careful, the rest of my team. And they are right here. Ace, the target, will be spotted. Throws his pallet. However, little does he know we've got Olsen's wallet and your 99 stocked. Let's see if he knows that, because this could be a really good early down for the ghost face. We're gonna be able to see the stock. Come on, man. Come on, stock him up. Okay, but he's at this filler tile. Whoa, are we gonna be a juicer? And we're just gonna throw it immediately. This is bad news bears for this guy. Are we gonna take another down? Ada swoops in at the last second. Right here, taking the hit. And throwing the pallet, gaining so much distance for Ace. Now Zuzo, the Ada is injured. Could switch to that as... Is the Ghostface gonna switch? Where did he go? He's stealth again. The survivors don't know. This is classic Ghostface sets right here. We don't know where the Ghostface is, team. We don't have eyes. But the Ghostface is being a little bit stealthy, a little bit confusing. Instead, goes up to Claudette, who was working on a generator. Hex Ruin doing some work. Now that she isn't working on that, it is now regressing. Going back into stealth. Now, classic Ghostface once again. We are trying to be confusing. Finds the reset over here at the downside of the map. The survivors, however, are playing it safe, are aware. Makes it to a filler. The Ace, who was once stocked to 100%, is now gone. Zuzu still injured. Pizza hot on the trail. Are we gonna see a down happening from here? But dang, throwing the pallet and is rewarded. The survivors are doing a very good job of delaying this first down and is rewarded with a generator that is done. Ace over here kind of just walking around, Pizza turning around, giving him a tag, sending him to the bottom side of the map. And now the survivors are just, they're doing such a wonderful job of delaying this down. Even right here, the Renato is here to take a body block hit for Ada if need be.
Very strong from the survivor team. How we are still without a down, and Hook Stage so far is out of this world.
Oh, no.
Doing such a strong job. Susu now going down, unfortunately, as Samurai is not able to take it. I think he also knew that he's kinda towards that full exposure. Now we are going to have the basement hook. Not really the greatest position to be in, because the Ghostface can stay at the bottom of the staircase and then just catch any incoming survivor. The question is if the killer has enough time for that, considering that the survivor team really made him waste a lot of time in the early game. One generator is already completed. A lot of other generators have at least been touched. But the Hex Ruin is now going to play a deciding factor as well. Our reset is being found, is being stalked at a little bit for later, as Everyday Pizza now decides to go after Easy. Easy is not going to reach the pallet in time. Will take an injury, another resource out of the way here as well. Sloppy Butcher forcing them a little bit into the decision of, do we want to prioritize the generators or do we want to go for the resets, as we are losing quite some time there. Considering the reset and 50% on the main gen plus Hex Ruin being in play, I think they might let the Survivor Susu go into the second stage and prioritize the reset and the objectives here.
They might have to, because They just don't have the time. Yes, Zuzu went into struggle, is now a prime target for a tunnel out, and we just have so much going for us. And the Ghostface, and then his eerie add-on revealing the location of Claudette right here, throws this little pallet right here. Are we gonna win a 50? No, we are not. That pallet is just kind of garbage. And now she is injured. The Ghostface is playing very daring right here. Okay, no, deciding to just take this pickup, could have gone back to where that save had happened, close to basement. You know that it takes a long time to get out of basement, so you might have been able to get back over there. Takes this Scourge Hook, Pain Resonance Hook instead onto Renato. He is Fresh Hook, and now Ada gets away. She did go to struggle, but is not actually going to be downed. Everybody right there, grouped up by that safe pallet, is injured. So if Pizza were to find this reset spot that could be dastardly for the survivors, looking around, trying to just sniff them out, knows that he does not need to stay near the hook because the survivors are going to be resetting. You see the health states right there getting reset. Oh, and we find out 3 survivors gets a little bit of stock on all 3. Ace almost completely stalked, but we know that Ada is our tunnel out. So if we prioritize getting her out, that would be a 3v1 at high gens remaining. They weren't working on generators at any of this time, so the progress that was there has been regressed due to Hex Ruin. Ruin, man, is such an MVP. We've seen a lot of use of it this season in DBDLeague. And Ghostface finds out Zuzu, the tunnel out. Is this going to... Oh, results in a tag right there. A little indecisive about wanting to vault that window. And now could be chased down into Oblivion. That'll be putting us into the 3v1 super early. This library safe pallet already thrown. Tries to go for a loop, but is not able to make it through that window. And that will be Zuzu out of the game. This is exactly what you want to see from a Ghostface set. The survivors are just going to have to struggle now to get as many generators done as possible. Getting all 5 gens done is looking like it's going to be pretty tough.
Susu now being eliminated, and the worrying factor is there on the bottom side, because we were talking about 4 generators standing when they were already looping the Ghostface around the entire Larry's, took body blocks for each other, and showed us a very dominant performance, right? And now we have the elimination finally, and we are talking about 4 generators to be completed. Definitely what they lost their focus is the generators. They didn't prioritize it any longer. They were playing a very nice altruistic game. They were spreading around the Ghostface. They were communicating where the Ghostface is. But in all of this that was done well, they forgot to put the necessary pressure into the objectives. And the Hex Ruin has done a lot of work here. Samurai needs to be really careful. And I think you have other priorities at the moment than going for the blind here, since your flip-flop noises are going to reveal you anyway, since we have a very stone-ish floor on the Larry's Memorial Institute. So Samurai showing us this problem, prioritizing the wrong thing, blinding the killer instead of taking the maximum distance into the next chase. If that is not going to change and they are not going to switch their game strategy here, they might look forward to a very rough win condition. This is something they need to balance against now with taking care of the generators. Claudette is being found. Easy has a quarter of stalk progress right now. Now it's going to be all the way onto 99 here. Everyday Pizza doing such a good work here for himself. The rescue is coming through. Samurai might get healed, but right after, the survivors need to sprint towards the generators, making sure that they are getting the necessary progress. Heal is finished. Survivors need to split up now and then going towards different generators, since a double up would be problematic, because whenever you're pushed off with your team member, the Hex Ruin is coming in clutch. Ace is fully stalked and exposed. Not entirely sure where the Ghostface is. He has switched already over to Easy. Next down coming in, very rough, unfortunately, for the survivor time. The good news, I guess, you have 2 minutes of hang time. But that is really the only good news that we have at the moment, because Ace is still fully exposed. He needs to be very careful about his next move. Easy is on the hook, and Samurai is already in chase here as well, so the Survivor team has no chance at the moment to go for the generators. Ray, might we see a 4k4 here?
4k4 is such a rough result, because in order to win, the Survivors would need to, I don't know, just do like 2 gens. One gen for the tie, 2 gens for the win, but that's so rough for a killer, especially like Ghostface. You know, he is a little bit confusing, able to pressure the map at like really confusing times, but man, he is still an M1 killer unless he's completely stalked the entire team at the beginning of the game, got them all hit, got them all down. A 4k5 is a tough ask. You could just split on the map and just do a gen and commit. So if we see a 4k4 here, that would be insane. You can see definitely why Everyday Pizza decided to pick the Ghostface. He feels at home for this kind of result. We'll be taking this locker save because you know what? He's already 99 stocked anyway. The Survivors will be getting the generator done, so it's not a 4k4 at least. It's at least a 4k3, which is a hell of a lot better than a 4k4. Taking that right there. That person is placed right up on the hook. Oh my god. T-pose for a second. But the Ghostface, man, that's an incredible result to go through. Showcasing just how coordinated teams need to be to win against this killer. The Survivors left in the trial did split up, are injured. The Ghostface did sniff them out just a little bit, but it could be a 4k3. I mean, you kind of jinxed it last time and made it into a 4k3 instead of a 4k4. So we'll have to see. Maybe the Survivors will go on a really long juicer chase and get at least another generator done, except not possible when you throw it on the same side as the killer. Really rough. Hey, look, there's the ruin. Go cleanse it, man. Go cleanse it.
It would be good if they would have gone for that totem. I have to totally agree with you. Now it's almost a little bit too late. I do feel like, what is a realistic plan here? I mean, you can kind of accept the 4k3 now. I think it is not something that you can really prevent from happening, especially with Claudette already going into the next chase here. So what they could do is keeping Ace hidden. On Larry's, we have an RNG-based hatch, which is usually what we are trying to prevent in the competitive setting, but on Larry's, you do not have the chance to spawn the hatch on a certain location with an offering. So you accept the 4k3, you try the hatch escape or exit gate escape with the Ace, and then your killer is playing out of his mind, going for a 4k3, but you're breaking the tie with your escape that you are performing right here. This, I think, would be the best strategy, but Ace is running right next to Claudette so loud. The Ghostface can hear him. Not entirely sure what the plan was there. Forget everything that I just said. The firecracker blinding the Survivor. Self-blinding a little bit towards the end here. Seems like the trial was very chaotic. Archon on the killer side did a very good job. Insomnia, on the other hand, really did not. Sorry for saying it that hard. But when you are not prioritizing the generators, you can play as beautiful as you want to. This was the evidence right here. They have played a fantastic early game. They have played fantastic on the hit tanking, on body blocking, on making the killers struggling. But if you don't use the time you are gaining to put it into the objectives, then you can play like Eternal themselves and you are not going to have a good result. And this is unfortunately what happened here. It will be a rough trial for the Ghostface of Insomnia, that's for sure. 4k4 is basically needed to go for a win here. If they are able to do that, if we will see a little bit of magic on the Larry's Memorial Institute, is something we'll find out in just a moment.
Welcome back, everybody. We have taken a moment, we have switched sides, and now we will be having Easy playing the Ghostface against the Survivor team of Insomnia. Now, Pizza last game got an insane 4k3 result, so in order to win this set, Easy needs to 4k4, which is kind of a tall ask and could potentially be very, very difficult. So maybe we're going to be playing for the Tycon, a definite easier result to go for. So we'll have to see if they can pull out a win just like that. And we are already on the chase of Dwight, so that's an incredibly good start to even have. So we'll have to see if they can do that.
Now going to touch the first generators here on the survivor side, making sure that we are spreading it. Hopefully we can make a little bit of a more efficient trial compared to the previous one. We have just seen that Insomnia really struggled later on into the game because they were not taking the needed pressure onto the gens that early. Here we see more of a careful approach, holding W as soon as the ghost face is around. But we already have the Dwight and the tap with the stalk progress on 99. That's going to be Mr. Next Time taking an injury, dropping the pallet a little bit too late here, and we are now going to rotate towards the corrupted area, trying to make easy busy as much as we can away from the active generators, giving the survivor team some time to go for a good amount of progress. Almost greeting again. I disagree with what I'm seeing today sometimes on the survivor side. It is just unnecessary. Drop the pallet, take the distance, because we have seen earlier how high the punishment for that can be. Everyday Pizza is surviving with the team member here. They need to get back towards the generator as quick as they can, but 50% already on a generator over here. Another one being taken in the corner of the map. So I like what I see so far. It looks more organized than in the previous trial.
Except we are giving a little bit of tag right there. Adam caught slightly unaware. Might be outplayed here by a 50-50. No, as excellent pathing. Will not be going down just yet. The heal does happen onto Chris there, and it's delaying the down, but it's not delayed enough because the same, that same Adam will be going down right here. Oh, tries to get a wonderful stock here onto Tap, but Tap reveals him. Maybe a little bit of that new reveal mechanic coming into play. Does have a flashlight here, and Easy is just happy to let this Adam sit on the ground, possibly trying to go for more, grading a little bit, because with a win condition such as this, you sort of have to, and it kind of does get rewarded because Dwight here is caught out of position with a 99 stock, going down on the ground. That'll be 2 survivors who are down, and Everyday Pizza as well was seen being hovering around here. Oh my god, there's no way. There's no way 3 survivors get slugged right here, right? No, they're right here. Safe pallet, greens it just a little bit, but it's okay because... Oh! Greens it a little bit, but that's okay because we have the distance. We'll be throwing... Oh my god, please, please, just throw the pallet! You don't need to greed! Dude,
the confidence just left him.
That's insane. I can't believe it's called comp drop for a reason. It's because you're supposed to drop it as if you're in a competitive setting, man. Just go ahead, throw the pallet. Oh my god, they're stressing me out. That was almost a 3-man slug. If Ghostface had swung through that like he did earlier, that would have resulted in just 3 survivors down. I can't believe it.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. It's definitely something that I would say we both, since we agree on, give to these teams as a little bit of a homework and a little bit of a feedback for adjustment here. Because also there's no benefit, right? If you are going for the stun in this library palette, there's not a significant amount of difference in the distance you take that is bringing you anywhere. You will reach the next pallet anyway, so taking this risk is only having the downside of you being down and then having 3-man slug onto the floor here. So definitely going to agree with you, and we have turned from an organized survivor trial that was looking really strong in the early game to a 2-man slug, potentially 3-man slug, so looking way more chaotic. However, we do have one more generator with a lot of progress here, so potentially 2 generators are going to be completed very soon, and that would already hit the tie condition if we would get a 4K then. So I do think Archon can feel quite confident here. They just need to make sure now that they are having a couple of good chases, not going down too soon, which is, I believe, not possible for Mr. Next Time, though he does confidently hold W and the killer is moving around, but then he's losing the mind game right after that. Good for our killer Easy, making sure that the hook stages are coming together. Second generator being completed, so if you 4K right now, then you would have the tie, and we are moving on with no set point for either side. meaning that the survivors need one more generator and they would already take the win here. And this should be enough confidence for Archon to smash through it now.
Taking this win very early with an incredibly good result from their killer. That is just, it's so good for the rest of the game. And you know, we are human here, so any kind of confidence booster like that, anything. Oh my god, Tab, what are you doing? He's just working on it right behind him. I swear to God, man, that Ghostface could have grabbed him right off that generator. You need to pay attention just a little bit more. I mean, to be fair, it doesn't really matter that much anymore because we're already in win territory. Goes for a swing and a miss. The survivor that was slugged on the ground did get picked up. They can choose to just sit on generators. They can choose to reset, but at least one generator getting done would result in the win for the survivors. We're already in tie, so, I mean, they could just do whatever. They go for the reset heal right here, 3-man reset heal. No generator progress. Well, if they do, it's not a whole lot, but we don't have Ruin anyway, so it's not like it's regressing it. This, you know, we've been seeing a lot of Hex Ruin in this season so far because in Ghostface sets such as these, survivors can get off a generator within like a slight notice because they need to be aware of where the Ghostface is and not give free tags because Sloppy Butcher is always brought into Ghostface sets. It's like you can't go into a game without it. So they're trying to be a little bit safer here, setting up for the safe. Chris, however, does get found and gets incredibly stalked by that, by the way, and will have to loop a little bit longer. I'm not sure how long the timer is for Ghostface right here, but it's long enough that he has to loop for just a little bit. Oh my god, the confidence to just walk through that pallet. Goes for a swing and another miss. Another swing and another miss. Oh my god, they're just going for the swings. How many killers have we seen today definitely go for that? Is insane. All right, and then Chris, you know, you did a good job, man, but you got zoned, so you're definitely going onto the ground. The only hooks have been onto Everyday Pizza, so if he does get found out, that could be the tunnel out happening, and then maybe a 3v1. It would be a lot easier to 3v1 into a tie than it would be with all 4 survivors just running around. But now you need that Ghostface strat to be confusing and give tags for free. But the survivors are definitely playing slowly and way more aware of where the Ghostface is, and even if they don't know where the Ghostface is, they are letting their teammates know. Even right here, that extra second it took to get off that generator does buy a couple seconds, but man, still gives a tag too close. The pickup happens onto Chris. That actually shows us exactly where Tap was, and I believe that Ghostface is trying to take advantage and go back to that location. Yeah, we do see where Tap is, and is running right next to that injured survivor that was just picked up. But, you know, right here, the survivors, they just need to get one more generator to win. They're doubling main building. Doesn't matter if this chase is very, very quick. It's on the other side of the map. Goes to kick this pallet. Are we going to see a pickup? Yeah, we are. Oh, no! Oh, it wasn't even on time. What the heck? I feel like that just didn't even blind him. But this could be a Scourge Hook Pain Resonance is going to happen. No! That almost guarantees that that generator is getting done in main. Yep, there it is. And that will secure the win for Archon. Taking it with an incredible result from their Ghostface. Very well played.
Very, very well done. Yeah, it was a struggle, that's for sure. And it was not so confident, but eventually we have put the structure back into the survivor team, making sure that we are prioritizing the generators and then ultimately getting the third needed generator in. Archon seems to come in very strong here in general after taking the rough 1-0 against Eunoia earlier at 6 p.m. in the first match of today. They now seem to be really without taking any negative effect from that. Almost like they forgot about that and are now ready to put up the best performance here for themselves, which is really nice to see. We are going to see them taking hands on the other generators as well, because you are staying on the survivor side for the second set. So you would like to have a couple of outs here, making sure that you are stating to yourself as a team, we can take care of everything that is thrown into our way and we are more dominant than the killer of Team Insomnia. One survivor, however, is going to leave the trial. Everyday Pizza was called by Uber Eats and has now a few jobs to do, bringing out the pizzas in the meanwhile. Okay, this was the worst joke I ever made. We are back on the generators here. We have our Adam being fully exposed, and never mind, we're switching over to Gambitor as this survivor is injured and chose to leave the safer area. Therefore, you just secure yourself a down. Ghostface, however, is going to the slug, knows that the exposed survivor is over here, but then he went into the wrong room, mind gaming himself. Very unfortunate that Easy was not being aware that Adam was just a few meters away from him. Now he has spotted him. However, Adam already went down by 60% on the exposed timer, so he might be able to run this out. And then the Ghostface was maybe a little bit too greedy here, leaving the slug. That is not going to be beneficial, but the down onto Fat Panda is going to happen. Fourth generator being completed. We need a little bit more here. We need to spot next time, and we need to prevent them from getting the pickup. But right now, I do think it's realistic that this Ghostface is also taking a 4K.
Definitely a 4K, but not in time, however. But, you know, still playing out the rest of this trial, you want to go into the next game with confidence. You want to go ahead and try to get the best result possible. I can't tell how many hooks have been happening. Oh yeah, that's only 3, three, 4, but Pizza's dead. So it's a 3v1, a slugfest, mind you. The pickup did happen. No, it didn't happen. It just didn't, the chase didn't happen quick enough. I got confused. Going around being a menace is not stealthy. Kicking this right here is gonna apply Eruption, so the next down will regress that by about 10%, I believe. The better Panda is still up. Got picked up by the Chris, who is now stealthy, not making any noises, not any clue to where they stealthed off to. Dwight is just kind of sitting in basement. Oh my god, they're grouped together. They're grouped together. They're probably going to take that reset time while the Ghostface is walking around looking for them, but has decided to come back to the basement where Dwight was slugged. Yep, going to go pick him, place him on a hook happily into the basement. The gen spread is not looking too terrible for the killer, but you know, when you are playing for a win condition, you sort of don't pay attention to the gens, especially if it happens. But if your win condition is higher than a 4K1, then you don't care if you 3-gen yourself in the end game. You're just trying to get that W where you can get it. So even though this gen spread is looking a little bit harder to break up, the survivors have not given up. Reset Adam right there. This is this survivor on their first hook. So they could sit for a while the other two survivors try to get generators done. Chris is hidden right here, right next to the Ghostface. There's so many walls on Larry's, it is possible just to slip right on by. That's what makes Ghostface so dangerous, but also the survivor is able to stealth. Here we are, Adam sees the Ghostface, says, hey man, the killer's over here, you can go ahead and get the pull for free. Tries to get a stalk onto the survivor here. Leaning across the wall, it's really difficult to break him out in that scenario. Yep, that is definitely quite a bit of stalk. Even though we don't see as the survivor, I am willing to bet that the Ghostface is sitting happily. Yep, that's about a 90% stalk right there. We're going to see it happen. Still not broken out, and does get that. And it doesn't actually have the purple sheath add-on that makes you a little bit faster than 10 seconds after getting the stalk. That's usually an add-on we see in these Ghostface games. Instead goes for Philly and Olson's wallet, making the stalk happen way easier. They had a lot of progress on this generator right here as well. They were doubling it while Adam was wasting time in his chase. Is able to pressure Dwight off that generator, kicks it, applies Eruption, slugs that Chris for just a little, not Chris, that Adam for just a little bit longer. Chris is there to swoop in and get the save, however. Coming right back, a little bit stealthy. Nobody is stalked, but that will be applying another tag onto this survivor. If we get it down, that will activate our Eruption on that generator. However, Easy knows that the Dwight was lurking around here. There he is. You gotta stop him from getting the generator done. Kicks it again, starting the regression, and now is free to just go for whoever they want. Are we gonna see a down happen onto Chris here? Oh, it just goes down into basement. That does apply eruption, however. I don't know if the survivors are aware of that. I don't know if it has actually been applied earlier in the game. So maybe they weren't counting on that happening. Aura gets revealed by eruption. Adam is just sitting across the map on another generator, not even going for the pickup. I don't know if there's enough time to actually get that done. Maybe perhaps potentially. I think the survivors are just playing for 4K at no gens remaining at this point because Adam's sticking on that generator. Loses a little bit of a mind game there. He is being bled out. You can see the Ghostface trying to go for slugging strategy. Adam just sitting on the generator. If the Ghostface books it back there, I'm not sure he has enough time to just get that done. We're going to see this kick, however, that's going to cost a little bit of time. There's so much to be done. Hit those great skill checks. I don't know if he's going to be able to get it done in time. It looks like the Ghostface is going to be able to get back here. No! Yep, and that will be everybody slugged on the ground. There's no unbreakable, there's no deli, there's no way the survivors can get out of this scenario. That will be a 4K1, but not as good as the last team played. In the first set win will be going to Archon. Now we will be going into the second set, which is the pick of Insomnia. We're going to be seeing some more Hillbilly.
And this is so sad, right? Because a 4K1 is still a super strong result on the Larrys against this Survivor team. It's, as you said, just not enough. And I feel like this is going to hit really rough onto the team Insomnia here because they made a good comeback. Their killer really got control of the Survivor team. And you played a good trial. Unfortunately, it was just 2 generators off the win condition. And Archon needs to make sure now in the break that they are going to take this first set point and this dynamic for themselves. On the other hand, Insomnia will stay on the killer side. They need to make sure that they are telling themselves and remind themselves, we were just able to 4K, and we're actually even finding the slug last second. But they need to tell themselves, we were just able to 4K this Survivor team. Now we are going into the next set, and as you mentioned, if there's one killer where you need confidence on either side, then it's going to be the Billy. If you're confident on the Billy, you are going for an instant slug, you're going for nice gameplay, nice downs, back to back, just smashing through. And if you're confident on the Survivor team, well, then you might be able to have a very nice early game and get the pressure into the generators, and then it will be much more difficult for a Billy to get the pressure onto you. We are going to switch towards the Blood Lodge. It's going to be Insomnia on the killer. Billy and the survivors of Archon are going to be playing. We will show you exactly that and so much more. I don't know what else, but it sounds better. After a short break. Everybody, welcome to Blood Lodge. Everybody and everyday pizza. We're here with the Billy. Yoo! What a nice killer. Everything is so speedy and so dangerous. The survivor needs to make sure that he's not going to get one of these dangerous curves, but he does make it into the main building, not even taking the vault, or at least not a quick vault. So he can vault this window 3 times, but then, buddy, you have to vault through it, and he doesn't realize that we have a crowd control being in play here. Almost the down. I'm not entirely sure how Garaffa was not getting the down right there, but somehow Everyday Pizza has thrown a little bit of cheese or tomatoes at him, making sure that Garaffa is blind and going for the next pallet here. That's going to be the crouch tag. Not successful this time. First down into the match, 20% over here. Not the biggest amount of pressure on the generators just yet, but definitely not the worst start. I'm motivated.
That was an incredibly good start from Pizza as well, juking the Billy for just those couple extra precious seconds, because in a Billy set, this killer is insane, and we have seen this killer player play earlier as well and get incredible results. Oh my god, but it couldn't last, could it? That down is gonna be so hard to deal with, especially because we're on the trail of another survivor. You see the comp drops happening. Thank goodness they have decided to actually just drop these pallets immediately buying just a little bit more time. We have Dwight and Chris who are the only ones available to be up, except Pizza is rescued from the hook. That'll put him back in the game and back into pressuring the map, doing the gens, saving the survivors, just doing everything. Moving. We do not get back onto the chase of Everyday Pizza. Instead, goes for an insane curve, but oh my god, that was almost connected. We have another filler pallet right here. We're gonna need some jukes from Dwight. Oh my god, crouches right next to the pallet. These survivors brought in the knowledge to play against a Billy. However, he's still an S-tier killer and will inevitably go down right here. 2 survivors out there who are injured. Chris here, stealthing here by Crane. Hex Ruin still up, regressing the generators that don't have any progress. We are still at 5 generators remaining. That is so many. Goes for a 50-50 and loses. Nancy throwing the pallet immediately when you're in overdrive and have iridescent engravings. Billy is dangerous. It is so fast to try to react to. Goes down, is slugged, gets picked up, getting placed up right on the hook. There's no Scourge hook pain resonance allowed for Billy, so that does not get rewarded. We do have the survivors who are still working on generators. High progress here in Shack. We had another generator that had a lot more progress as well. Deciding to dangerously stealth with no filler pellets nearby. These tires are our lifeline. I can't believe that they're even going for this. That is insane. And the Billy doesn't even find him. Yeah, has to leave. Doesn't want to spend any extra time looking around, wants to pressure the map. This is the kind of plays you want to see from a Billy set because he can be everywhere at once. A dangerous killer with an insta-down. First generator does get completed, but it was in Shack. One of the generators that are sort of isolated on the side of the map. If you really want to play like into endgame, you try to keep the map split. However, it's not gonna happen. Pizza going down, no more jukes available. Is able to get the save here. Trying to go for the down onto Chris, but is hitting Nancy instead. We're gonna try to maybe get another down here onto Chris. Goes for another 50-50, but loses that. Now we're in overdrive. Very dangerous, is able to slug Chris. Now Fanatophobia in full effect. The survivors, if they want to get rid of that 20% extra regret or hindrance to doing gens, will have to heal up at least one survivor, but Karafa is not giving them a break. He's just slugging everybody.
This is just crazy what's happening right here. Archon is going to be in so much pressure. Everyday Pizza will be hooked because the killer wants to get one of them out of the game, but the other survivors are so busy with constantly healing and going for the resets that they are not able to put a significant amount into the generators here. Even this one is going to land right at the hill where you have the potential to bump into one of the rocks, and spotting the rescuer in the distance, even getting him in time, leaving the Dwight as the final survivor. And where can you find him? Cross map, going for the pickup. Garafa is trying to get there, but will take a little bit of an extra turn throughout this tile here, expecting the survivor to be over there. Now the information is available. We know where these survivors are. However, you can decide to just go for the elimination onto Everyday Pizza, making sure that we are all the way down to a 3-1. And I think this is a fantastic decision here, making sure that the survivor team is suffering even more and becoming less and less efficient on the generators. Now cross-map snipe again towards the generator that is here next to the hill. Our survivor has been standing, so he will take a little bit of distance, making sure that the killer does not have instant chance to go for the down. But Garafa going for a nice curve around the tile, going for the down here in the distance. We now see the pickup again, but it's basically just a circle and the rotation by the survivor team with 0 time for the generators. And this is one hell of an achievement for the Billy. Really, really beautiful to what we are seeing here right now. It's the peak of Hillbilly gameplay. And if you're keeping this up, then Team Arc, and he even goes for a snipe like that. Hold me, someone. This is so insane.
insane indeed. This is the sort of result that you want from a killer that you pick. You know, this is sort of payback for that last Ghost Space set. Archon able to 4K3, but man, you know what? This will be a 4K4 if the Billy is able to get that last little slug over there. They should have brought in Gnome either. The best kind of perk to take it to a Billy set. Not able to get that pick up. Dwight throws this pallet in desperation, tries to live even just a little bit longer, but man, Garaffa is just feeling it and going for these downs very, very quickly, not able to give any breathing room for the survivors. You can exactly see why Billy is on Bloodlust, however, with all of these filler pellets just here available. Down you go. Thank you for getting back up, Nancy, but we're going to see if we can slug out this survivor as well. Goes for, oh my god, an insane curve. Billy with Engravings in Overdrive is so fast. But Dwight is able to live just a little bit longer. We're just basically running around picking up the survivors, trying to get as much time as possible. Goes for a swing and a miss. Oh, he can't believe it. Looks right at the ground at the slug guy. There is not many resources left. What's gonna happen? Are you gonna vault that? You vault it and it's gonna be blocked, man. Is that a slow vault? No. What the heck was that? Oh, there's a vault. But, you know, crowd control blocks the window, and that will be Dwight slugged on the ground. An incredible 4K4 by Insomnia.
To summarize it in one word, sheesh.
Yeesh.
Sheesh. Sheesh towards the killer here, and that's going to be a rough win condition to meet for Team Archon, that's for sure. Basically, 4K5, that's the win condition. If you go for a tie here, 4K4, you can buy a diploma for your killer, the diploma of Billy player, because 4K4 is even an absolutely incredible result here. So we are going to move forward in the next trial. Team Archon under a lot of pressure here. Insomnia will definitely feel really great because everything they have to do is getting 2 generators completed, and then they would already be able to push us all the way into the tiebreaker. If that's not a nice win condition to face as a survivor team, then I don't know what to tell you. Therefore, we are expecting Insomnia with a very strong performance coming out in the upcoming trial. Let's see what they are bringing on the table, ladies and gentlemen, right after a short break.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Pizza on the Billy with a tall order of a 4K5. That'll be really difficult. You basically just need to catch every single survivor out here and get them down. That would have been an insane early down right there, but unfortunately a little too thick and hits onto that tire right there. Renato finding the Z-wall, says, I don't want to catch that smoke. I saw exactly in the highlights who can juice for so very long. Instead tries to go for an insane mind game right here. Nancy reads the Billy perfectly and even just leaves the tile to just go around just rock. We have Hex Ruin in play. Crowd control, Undying, Bananaphobia. Oh my god, Renato not getting caught out this time. Drops the spiller pallet right on his noggin. The 2 other survivors, Easy and Garaffa, who has taken no either, by the way, mad respect, are nowhere to be found. First down happens relatively quick compared to the last game that is about right on time. And now they're over here trying to get... Oh, I really thought they were going to be in there. But nope, they are working on generators somewhere, I'm sure of it.
Everyday Pizza has to slug here, and he has to go for risky plays, risky curves, because the win condition is 4K5, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, you heard right, 4K5 for the win con. Not going to be successful with this pallet here as well, but the good news is you're removing some resources already. Nice dodge there by the Credit. He's able to block her in the shack pallet, but not going to be successful with the down afterwards, as running the chainsaw takes a little bit longer than that. Easy is making a very good run, and that should be the first generator, right? Right, survivor team, that should be the first generator somewhere to at least force the guaranteed tie over here. Garaffa, our no mither survivor, not really the survivor that you want to find right now, because you cannot go for the start that you really need. Nice attempt there, and as soon as he realizes that he doesn't make it down, he's going to just hold the chainsaw and going over to the next generator. Finding the Credit over here problem though, one generator has already been completed, meaning that it is a guaranteed tie. Everyday Pizza can no longer win this match for Team Archon. Back onto Garaffa here, but these Survivor always finding something for the safety. Now getting rid of the Undying as well. Survivor team is shining at the moment. Ray, second generator just a few seconds away.
Maybe your caster cursing them a little bit because this was it, but Pizza knows it and is reading it and has come back here to pressure it just a little bit longer. Oh, misses that by just a tiny hair. The filler pellets have been munched pretty hard. There's a lot of them that are gone. But when your win condition is just a 4K3, you do not care about filler pellets whatsoever. You are just trying to get one more generator done, and there is 2 of them split here that have a lot of progress. Ruin, however, is still up. One of the totems, Undying, being cleansed means there's still Ruin out there. And you know what? There's still 4 survivors as well. We haven't hooked not one time. Because in a condition such as this, you need to slug, you need to pressure, you need quick downs. But the survivors are not giving it for free. Just chucking all of these filler pellets, buying precious seconds. Ruin, a good perk, still only regresses it by just a little amount, as if you had kicked it. So the survivors just need to have proper communication. Having Shaq right here for Garaffa to run to just means that the down won't be happening that much quickly. Oh my god, the crouch! Ow! Well, I mean, you do put him on the ground, and that was the goal. However, no Mither coming into play means that you can only slug them for so long. While these survivors are diligently working on this generator as well, Pizza being a menace, making it so the next generator is not coming out just that much more quickly. Are we gonna get another down here? Look how many filler pellets there are, man. There's so many. I'm surprised Claudette didn't throw that. Oh, she tried. She saw a little glitch in the animation. She tried. But, oh my god, the generator gets done. That is the win.
There it is. Even though Everyday Pizza was putting up a very, very strong performance, that's what we can say for sure. Because we need to keep in mind with what win condition he loaded into this trial. He needed a 4K with maximum 1 gen popping, and then we are only talking about the tie here. So I do think we have seen a very nice attempt from Everyday Pizza, but it was just a little bit too hard here. Even with a good performance, it will not quite be enough. What you can do now is going for a nice 4K here as well, showing the Survivor team of Insomnia that you have them under control, because we are going to move into the tiebreaker set, as both of these teams have taken 1 set each. And the tiebreaker will be the only another killer where it's all about the confidence and the mindset. Especially the early game is more important than on any other killer. You cannot have the only take the blood very early into the trial. You don't want to hand out the power, so we need a good mindset for the upcoming tiebreaker. The Everyday Pizza trying though to keep up with the pressure, but the Survivor team is actually coming out really strong. Insomnia being efficient and with no mercy onto these generators. Nice attempts onto the turns and the curves, but they don't really want to hit. The Survivors are always 1 step ahead a little bit. Back towards this generator where we have to credit a lot of progress in this generator here as well. We need it down. We need a slug party again, but out of nowhere, all of a sudden, Everyday Pizza not being able to slug these Survivor anymore. Ray, they are shining.
Damn, this is just showcasing how well these survivors know this set. They picked it with their killer, who was insane Billy, and now the survivors are shining with their insane coordination against a Billy. This is something that is just a prime example of good play. Claudette does eat that down, however. I mean, it is an S-tier killer, so I'm not totally surprised. What I am surprised, though, is that these survivors are just delaying it so much. They threw all those fillers and yet are still finding ways to live. Going back over here, oh man, we spot out Zuzu, who's here. This is the filler pellet and one of the only ones that are left. Are you gonna be able to dodge this? Oh my god, Pizza doesn't even go for it. Respects it just a little bit longer. Oh, are we gonna go for the down? No, go for the crouch. Oh man, just gonna knock Claudette right back onto the ground. However, there's 2 survivors who are out there and they're dealing generators. I Ruin and Undying is cleansed, so we're no longer getting that pressure from just going around being a menace to every single survivor on the map. So Pizza will be taking the consolation prize of easy up on the hook. That's our 2nd stage on the survivor. This guy is just kind of oh no, he's doing the gen. He's doing it with his mind. I love these bugs that are present. Oh god, getting the generator done, Adam. Absolute menace. Doesn't even have to touch the motors to get them done. Is going to leave. I mean, there's two generators with tons of progress. This kind of Billy result is insane to get from the survivors. Granted, they were playing for a win con. Pizza was as well, not able to play out the game normally, but that is still a huge confidence boost going into the last set, especially with Oni, the kind of killer that you need to have a good mindset going into.
Very nice comeback from Everyday Pizza that we see here at the moment, making sure that a few survivors are staying into the trial. They do come back though. They really want to make it the 3-person out, and that's an understandable decision though, making sure that you have all the necessary pressure. They even go for the unhook here. They want to make it a 4-man escape. This is what I like though, because it is a little bit about the mindset here. We are going into the tiebreaker. Of course, you want to make sure that you are coming out as the stronger team here, that will say to the opponent, listen up, tiebreaker will not be in your advantage. And on a game like Oni, Ray, you mentioned it, the confidence and the mindset is important. So Samurai, however, is going to have a little bit of a difficult time making it all the way towards the exit gate. Easy and Gruff is still in the trial. They are going to leave now, and that's going to be Samurai staying in the trial. And then we have a very nice performance from Insomnia, though, on the Survivor side here, taking the outs. The Survivor Easy staying there in the exit gate in the distance, celebrating a little bit. Needs to be careful with the conduct, though, because staying in the trial and celebrating that obvious can get you into a little bit of trouble. Just saying it as a side note. Nice performance by Everyday Pizza. We need to keep in mind he had to slug and play very risky from the start. This can of course get punished then. So for the fact that they came in here with a win condition of 4k5, I think he did really fantastic. And that's what bringing us to the Oni on the call tower. And yeah, that is all the info that you need for the moment. We will see you in 5 minutes with the best tiebreaker you have ever seen. See you soon. Welcome back, everybody, to the comp tower with Everyday Pizza, a very experienced killer player. If you would like to see more content from him, you can go on the platform OnlyFans. Yeah, we are on the call tower with Ruin, Pentimento, Eruption, and Crowd Control. I love to see that perk here, making sure that everyone who is taking a vault will not have access to that window any longer. That is going to be a powerful resource when trying to get the first injury. However, these survivors being really aware, however, they are going to be looping with friends on the shack side, and as soon as one survivor is vaulting here, that's going to be rough for them. Dropping the shack pallet together, Samurai and Susu. And I bet, Ray, for Everyday Pizza, this is really nice, because essentially he's chasing 2 survivors right now, knowing that it's only 2 survivors working on the gens at the moment.
Yep, and that is definitely something you want, because we have no corrupt intervention, which is a perk you normally see, especially on lower tier killers. You know, Oni is like half a lower tier killer. He is at first until he gets his first hit, and then he's basically Billy but better. So having more survivors just running around the map being useless is something that you want to look forward to and definitely plan for having because of the build like this. I'm actually surprised to see Eruption in a build, because you have 3 Hex perks, meaning you kind of have to chew through at least Ruin to be able to get value from it. Though Eruption is definitely a good late game perk to have, especially in a 3v1. Crowd control, blocking that window, making it so Nancy is caught out. Oh, okay, never mind. It's fine. She has a filler palette. First generator does get done, however, but we have our power. Second generator does get done. That is the downfall of not taking in corrupt intervention. You're basically sacrificing your early game map control for just another perk that could possibly help you mid to late game, or, you know, you're taking that gamble to try to get that early down. They are off the trail of that injured survivor. And now chasing here Garafa in an area that could be potentially bad for the Oni. Oh, that was almost an insane flick. It might have connected if they did decide to vault that window. But we're being very, very wiggly. And it goes for a swing and a miss. Garepa showcasing that insane Survivor NA movement, except I think he's EU, so it doesn't count. Our totem crowd control does get cleansed, and the Oni knows exactly where Survivor could be, decides to leave, however, meaning that if he doesn't find anyone else here, this will be all of his power wasted.
That is an insane run by the Survivor team. Garafa showing off here with that 360. This 360 has literally changed the entire game. From a potential slug party, getting the first hook stage, getting pressure onto the survivors, into nothing. No injury, no hook stage, no power anymore. Everything is lost on the side for Everyday Pizza and Archon, and we are in the tiebreaker. There's no room for mistakes like that. There's no room for an entire setback. You are losing the game towards the Survivor team at the moment. They are becoming the really dominant part here. Everyday Pizza better making sure that he's getting the next injury relatively quickly. Before that, we have to take care of the pallet over here, then catching up to the Survivor again. So everything that we see so far is really in favor of our Survivor team. Samurai cranking a generator like the others. And Ray, I don't know if it's you or me, I lost the connection to the Discord screen share. You need to take over.
Yeah. I got it, don't worry. I got that premium Discord. Not Discord Nitro, but I guess they just like me more. But, I mean, if you just listen to me, man, it is definitely not looking good because we're basically back at square one minus some fillers. Not even all of them. The Oni needs to try to get another hit to result in him having his power again. The game's not over till it's over because we are munching away these filler pallets. Maybe we'll see an insane slugfest. Oni is considered a lower tier killer in this rule set. So that means we are not allowed to have Unbreakable. So if we can 4-man slug all of these survivors at once, that would be ideal. Oh my god, it's just a window fake into a swing and a miss. Are we gonna see it again? No, Ace does definitely try to go for it, but gives the tag. We have our power now. Going into it, we need some downs. We need something to happen with this Demon Dash.
Absolutely, yeah, we need to make sure. Welcome back, by the way. My internet seems to be better, and that's going to be a good timing because otherwise I wouldn't have witnessed this good down onto Samurai. And now, very understandable, Everyday Pizza is under a lot of pressure. He needs to make sure that he's getting multiple downs, in best case chained together here. Otherwise, Team Archon will have a very difficult time. However, there is no one to be found. They are stealthing, trying to hide out Oni's power. Therefore, we're just going to take Samurai now with the first hook stage into the game. 3 generators have already been completed. Now the Hex Totem is being taken care of by Susu as well. 40% over here. I like what the Survivor team of Insomnia is showing us at the moment because they are proving us what you can do when you're playing confident against the Oni. When you have that early game. Ray and me are always touching on the early game and trying to point out how important this really is. But here you see the evidence for that. However, Ray, what I just noticed, we have such a rough setup now on the bottom side. Yeah, we have 2 generators accessible on the top side, but we can defend the hook stage, the Pentimento Totem, and the 80% generator all together.
Yes, but however, over there by, I would say, is 11 on the clock. Callouts has so much progress. I don't know, they could just let that guy die. The Oni knows this, knows that he can't just stay near that hook right there. He can't just face camp it because this has so much progress. You get it done, you just go over there to 1, and you do that generator 2. Not 2, but you get TOO. Gonna get another tag onto Ace right here. This will give us access to a lot more blood orbs. The save does happen to Renato. It just might be too little too late for this killer unless he gets an insane slugfest going. But you saw whenever the Oni pops their power, if you're not immediately getting chased, the rest of the survivors take the time to stealth. So that means that the Oni can't get more for his power. They can't get caught out here right now. Oni is popping his power. They might just stick to the gens because of how much progress there is. Claudette, knowing this, decides to just head into basement. Pizza, knowing this, procs his power and is on the move. Vaulting this, we're going to see double vault. We see a double vault, and it's just not enough. The generator over at 11 does get done. Here at 1 is about to get done. Nancy was caught out here, but there's 3 other survivors left in the trial. That is definitely going to be difficult to try and manage. You don't have enough of your power to get everybody down. An insane flick will result in the down of this Nancy here, but you don't have enough power to slug the rest of the team. And even then, you just have so much progress that's split across the map. Going to activate this cleanse totem right here to bring Pentimento back alive, making it so the generators... Oh my god, he's already setting up at the door. Claudette generator must be close to being popped, because as soon as you get it done, you can get the gate open with record time. Zuzu gets saved at the same time, and there's only 2 hooks that have happened across the survivors. That is so good for them and so good for their killer, whose next result could be easier to achieve.
Absolutely, we are looking forward to an insane win condition for Team Insomnia. Their killer is going to need 3 stages, meaning the first survivor you down, you can essentially... Okay, Easy is now going to... Yeah, it's the second time my guy is working a little bit in the exit. I guess with the survivor coming over here, we can argue that he was trying to blind to delay it a little bit. All right, my adrenaline level is going down.
It did happen. Oh, the blind did happen. Possibly trying to make it so Garatha could sneak past.
Yeah,
that's
what's saving him. That's what's saving him. Yeah, we in DBDL, to give you a little bit of insight if you're newer, in DBDL we have a very, very high-hanging conduct about sportsmanship and fair play. It's something that we really uphold, and we are very strict on it. Maybe sometimes so strict that people are saying, "Oh, DBDL, chill out, man." But here in this case, it's okay because he was blinding, so the other team member can potentially make it. Overall, we're talking about 5 stages now, Ray. Not at all what you want to have as a win condition when you are playing the tiebreaker. Your survivor team of Archon can only hand out 6 stages, essentially meaning 2 kills. That is something that an Oni, when trying to win the best of 3, can achieve. Let's find out if Insomnia wants to win it, if they take the 2 kills and the 6 stages. We will see you right after a short break.
Welcome back to the last trial of the day, or potentially last trial, because we have an insane result for this Oni to play for. 6 stages, doesn't matter on which survivor, or we can go for 5 stages for Fresh, which would be really weird, but you know what? It could definitely happen. So we've got Cyber Eye playing the Ghostface, oh my god, we're playing the Oni for Team Insomnia. A little bit more of a traditional build here. We have Corrupt Intervention, which would have saved us a little bit of trouble last game. The Oni learning and is already on the map, making his way around. The survivors able to just work on generators. What we need to see here from the survivors is just long chases, no hits, no early hit, long chases, which could be happening. We have this Jake who is found out on the right side of the map next to a couple of jungle gyms. We'll have to see his insane looping abilities.
Ray mixing up the Oni and the Ghostface. I wonder if she's suffering from insomnia that triggered that. Going into the chase with the Jake here, right in front of the main building of the Coal Tower. Difficult pallet right after it has been dropped. We are going to see now trying to bait out the next one, and that's going to be the successful injury. It seems like we are having a few Discord issues at the moment. Ray just dropped, and my ping to the server is significantly higher as well. So in case you do not hear any casting in a second, please don't be afraid. DBDL is not going to retire. But I think Ray is joining back. My connection to the server is getting worse. It feels like Discord has an issue. Ray, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Sorry, it was
Okay.
the audio. It was clicking in my ears. It was really terrible.
Same here. Same here.
Yeah, it's being a little bit rough, but you guys can see the stream just fine. I'm sure of it. So, oh, yep. Everybody's breaking. Ah! It's fine though, because we're still in the game. We're still watching. The hit did happen onto Jake while I was gone, so, you know, maybe I cast or cursed him just a little bit, giving the Oni the power. He's being way more cautious with it than we saw last game, waiting to secure eyes on another survivor to chase. It is Jake. You don't need to pop your power, but you would be faster. Vaulting that wind over there, blocking with Bamboozle. You are slightly faster. Will this result in a down? No, it does not! Jack pellet thrown at 4 gens, getting kicked. Goodbye. It's just a god filler, to be honest. Gonna place Eruption on this generator right here. We do have eyes on the Jake still, who's leaving tons of blood orbs everywhere. The last 3 survivors are just around the map, pressuring the map. This is what we need. This is textbook. We need an insane chase, Jake. Thank you so much for sacrificing your life. Is he even gonna get downed here, though? If he makes this window? Oh my god, didn't have enough distance. Yep, that will be the down happening. Eruption activating on 2 generators, regressing it just a little bit, and our first down happening, but it didn't happen that early, so this win con is not out of the realm of possibility.
That's rough down though, considering the win condition. We are talking about 6 stages being needed for Insomnia here. So on the other hand, for Team Archon, they want to delay these downs and hook stages as long as they can, and now you have 1 already in exchange for the first generator. Not so good for the Survivor team. Luckily they're getting the second generator out on the main building side. We do have a tight 3-gen though on the bottom side here. Definitely a triangle that the killer can defend. Third generator coming out. I like to see what Archon is showing us. They realize it is the tiebreaker. It is all or nothing, so you need to be brutally efficient on the generators. The problem is Cybereye has a luxury position here. 3 generators around him that he can defend at the same time the power, so I don't even think he would care a lot about this generator at the hill being completed, because you might be able to push Gambito all the way into the elimination and having your 3-gen still available to you. On the other hand, Cyber is also getting nervous now. The tiebreaker is definitely in the head of these teams. You can tell by the decision making and playstyle. Now he wants to make sure that he gets a new survivor, and that's going to be the case. Mr. Next Time is going onto the floor, and that means that we are having a fresh survivor, and this would essentially be 5 stages. So if you sacrifice this player and then 1 more stage, then you took the win for Insomnia.
Yep, that is exactly what you want as well, because these 2 teams are battling just for the right to play next week to win a spot in All Hallows League. So it comes down to just these small interactions. Which team is going through and which team will be losing? Our power is earned, and the save will be happening onto Chris, but that puts Nancy in the danger zone. She could be taken out. Oh my god, expert pathing from the Oni does get her down and out. We have 2 stages on Jake. We have 1 stage on Chris. We have 1 potential on Nancy. That would be the tie con right there, but the Oni wants more, and more he will get. Downing Chris right here. Still in his powers. Very dangerous killer. Not to be messed with. Taking the hook onto him. Placing him over here. That'll be... Oh my god. 4 stages right there. And then Nancy taken will be the 5th, I believe. I misspoke a little bit. But that will be Tycon met with this hook, meaning that just 1 more stage will be resulting in the win.
Now we are back to... Oh.
Sorry, my Discord.
I lagged into you! Yeah, same. Yeah, so ladies and gentlemen, again, the Discord server is breaking, not entirely sure. Ray and me are lagging both. The audio is difficult. The screen share is sometimes not synchronized. Discord is basically saying, end the stream. I mean, yeah, we are on the tiebreaker set, but please let us enjoy this for a few more minutes here. Mr. Next Time and Fat Panda are trying to get away from the killer. 5 stages already, I believe. One more. Yeah, 5 stages have been collected. One more, and we are going to have the win condition for Insomnia. There's the down, and all you have to do now is going for the successful hook. The killer will be able to do that, right?
Possibly, potentially, maybe. I don't know, unless he, I don't know, lags out or something. But, there it is. There's the W! That's what we wanted. That's what we were looking for. So that will secure the win for this team. Very, very well played. GG's. WP easy next game. That means that this team here, Insomnia, will be moving forward with our little tourney that we have been putting together at the last second, and that means that we will be saying goodbye to Archon. Very well played. It was really nice to see you guys. Thank you for participating. You have shown us incredible matches from both sides today. We had incredible Ghostface matches, Hillbilly matches, and finishing out with this Oni incredibly strong. Thank you so much for joining us.
Absolutely. Great showing by Archon. Congratulations to Insomnia. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we also have our playoffs bracket. Remember, these teams are fighting for a spot in the All Hallows League. When you have this tournament, then you have the spot in the Halloween tournament that we have here. We are ending the group stage on challenge. Let's take a look onto the final stage here. It is going to be the Valentines facing Insomnia. So the first of Group A going against Insomnia, second of Group B, and Neuer going against Bomb. Both games happening next Saturday, 6 p.m. Central European Time. Basically same start time as today with best of 5s. And the next Sunday, 28th, we are going to see the grand final in a best of 7 about the qualification for the All Hallows League. It was a very intense stream today. Intense matches, a lot of 2-1 matches that are really rough for the teams that are losing, but it also proves us that the teams that were playing today are really close together when we are talking about the skill level and have shown fantastic performances. Therefore, especially to Archon saying goodbye tonight, thank you so much for being a part. Congratulations to Insomnia and Neuer moving on from Group